In that far-flung corner of our green and pleasant land, where the sea's breath mingled with the heady perfume of ripening fruit, there lay a coastal village of singular character and charm. Willow Bay, though modest in stature, was crowned by a vast banana plantation whose emerald leaves swayed in ceaseless conversation with the ocean breeze.
On one side, the orderly rows of the plantation gave way to the tangled exuberance of a primeval jungle, home to a tribe of monkeys who, like the villagers themselves, possessed a keen taste for the golden fruit. The stewardship of this fecund estate was entrusted not to the menfolk, as was custom in many a parish, but to the women of the village, an illustrious assembly known with both affection and a touch of mischief as the Banana Brigade. At their fore strode Mabel, a matron wrought of equal parts resolve and compassion, whose keen eye missed neither a wayward monkey nor a wilting worker. Her apron strings, it was said, bound the plantation together more securely than any chain of iron. Into this harmonious, if industrious, existence there arrived, as if conjured by some caprice of fate, Mabel's childhood companion, Gloppy, whose birth name had long since been eclipsed by this moniker, arrived upon the morning tide with the bustle and plot of the city. She was now a model of some renown, and her days were devoted to a curious ritual. Each dawn she would don the latest couture from distant fashion houses, and, with a retinue of photographers, immortalize her silhouette against the island's splendid backdrops. The villagers observed her extravagant costumes with a mixture of awe and amusement, for in Willow Bay, a woman's worth had ever been measured by her wit and industry, not by the cut of her petticoat. Yet even as Gloppy's presence lent an air of gaiety to the village, a shadow crept upon its fortunes. The sole company which purchased the plantation's harvest, emboldened by its own monopoly, sought to impose new terms, a pittance for the bounty of Willow Bay. At the selfsame time, the jungle's denizens, driven from their habitat by the relentless axis of progress, began to raid the banana groves with increasing impunity, their antics both vexing and pitiable. Mabel, whose heart dwelt as much in the village's future as in its present, convened a council of the brigade. In that weathered barn, beneath rafters redolent of hay and hope, old and young, mother and maiden, sat as equals.
"Let us devise our own brand," she proposed, "and let the world taste Willow Bay's treasures." Thus began a most extraordinary collaboration. Bananas were transformed by nimble hands into crisps and cakes, preserves and piquant sauces. Gloppy, with theatrical flair, designed wrappings resplendent with color and wit, while the schoolmaster, Mr. Finch, lent his pen and his modest knowledge of commerce. The children, whose friendship with the monkeys was well known, acted as envoys.
Each pledged her skill, be it culinary, inventive, or organizational, to the preservation of their livelihood. "We shall not be broken by those who know nothing of our labor or our land," Mabel declared, her voice steady as a lighthouse amid the storm. Gloppy, whose days among the fashionable elite had not dulled her affection for her roots, offered her own gifts, a discerning eye for presentation, and a network of acquaintances eager for novelty from exotic shores.
Delivering offerings of fruit to the jungle's edge and coaxing the animals into a tentative peace. The work was arduous, but laughter, not lamentation, was the coin of the realm. In the evenings, the barn rang with song and stories. Old grievances forgotten in the pursuit of a common cause. Barriers of age and station dissolved. From the crucible of necessity, every talent found its value. At length, the day of the Willow Bay Fair dawned bright and clear. The sky, a vault of purest blue. The brigade's stall, bedecked with Gloppy's banners and baskets overflowing with banana delicacies, was the talk of the village. And there, amid the crowd, the monkeys performed their capers, now more playmates than pests, drawing laughter and applause in equal measure. It was in this moment of jubilation that a stranger, well-dressed and keen-eyed, introduced himself as a representative of the Farmers Market Alliance. Having sampled the brigade's wares, he offered a partnership that would carry Willow Bay's produce to the far corners of the country. A cheer rose up, as bright and unrestrained as the sun upon the sea. Even Mabel, stern in countenance but tender
children and the monkeys.
Thus did the Banana Brigade secure not merely their own future, but a legacy of unity, resourcefulness, and kinship between man and woman, between humankind and the wild. The tale of Willow Bay, with its blend of struggle, laughter, and triumph, would long be told, a testament to the strength that blossoms when community stands as one and when even monkeys are welcome at the feast.